What's going on, everybody? This is Roaming Prepper. Thank you for coming to check out the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll start with that. It does help my channel and I do appreciate it. Today we're going to have a conversation about modes of carry. This is going to be a 101. If you're an experienced concealed carry or open carry individual, you're probably going to be drooling, going, oh, this is really rudimentary. This is meant for the newer shooter, just to give some ideas. How do you want to do that? We're also going to do a product review of a new holster I did get that I thought was perfect for my situation. So I'll be right back, and we're going to go over some of these aspects. Wait right here, and I'll be right back. So because of the amount of travel that I do, it behooves me to have different modes of carry, even though it may be the same handgun. Now, when I say a mode of carry is the way you're carrying it, okay? And this is just a very rudimentary 101 video. So obviously do your homework, because different types of carry, depending concealed, open, different types of rigs may or may not be legal depending on where you are, what your jurisdiction is. Regardless of whether we agree or disagree on certain firearms laws, the bottom line is we're all subject to them. I travel a lot, I change jurisdictions, I go through different counties, go to different cities, go to different states, and very often, if I can, I will carry going through state lines. So I have to be mindful of how I'm doing it. So and having to do, I'm gonna go through the products I have now, and this is for the same handgun, just so that we're leaving the firearm itself constant. And I'm going to show you some different options you'll have as a carry permit holder, just so you understand better what your options are. So I pulled out the cleaning mat here just to give you some color contrast, because I have a black table with black firearms and it makes it kind of hard to see. So one thing you want to consider is the different modes of carry. So again, as I just mentioned, this is the most classic type of holster. It's a strong side holster. So if you're a lefty, it would actually be inverted from what it is. It has 2 belt loops. I've seen some with 3, so you can kind of cant so instead of being vertical on your hip, it's a little bit forward, like some cops carry it, like the detectives. But that's a personal preference thing. But this is the most generic one. And this is a Vlametex holster. I picked this one up off of Amazon because I needed one, and it was the only one that would arrive on time. It had good ratings, and I was shocked that the quality was actually decent. It is leather. It's not the pleather shit that comes apart. It's a little thinner than the handmade Bullard holsters that I have for my other handguns, but it does the job, and it's nice and flat. It's almost like a Pancake style holster, and there is a holster called a Pancake, which we won't go over today. It's specifically meant for the VP9. There are some that will, on the label, like Uncle Mike's or some, they'll say, will fit, you know, HK, Smith & Wesson, Taurus, SIG, and it's a little more generic. My own experience is if you pay the, the $5 extra, the 10% extra to get it form fitted, you get a much better retention, and you don't get, wiggle as you're walking around. That's the first option. Now, another old school option, which goes back to the days of Prohibition, is the shoulder rig. Now, this is actually for a different handgun. I don't think it fits this guy. I know it fits my Beretta. Oh, hey, look, it fits. Look at that shit. Bonus. Okay, so it does fit. Now I feel stupid. Anyway, well, that's fun. I got this secondhand. This is actually a $200 leather shoulder holster. I got it for 35 bucks at an Army Navy store. I eyeballed it. I went through a whole bin. It took me about 20 minutes, and I found it. And it was missing this part, and I found this part. Or not this part. What was I missing? It was missing something. Anyway, I found it, and bam. So I got a $200 or $180 rig for under 30. So I was really psyched about that. This goes over your back. This black part here would be in between your shoulder blades, and then these two sides would hang down on either side of your body. When I bring the camera back up, you can see it. So this is kind of what it would look like. The base of the pistol, your grip, will actually be facing forward. Now, both of these are very old style modes of carry, and they're very effective. There are some things you have to consider. So this one is much easier to throw a shirt over. It's more discreet, and it keeps the pistol close to your body. So you have a lot more discretion here. This one you don't, but if you're driving, especially like an American car, the right side is where the driver's seatbelt clicks in. So now you have your seatbelt across your waist and shoulder coming together right over your holster. So if you have to draw from a seated position, you're gonna have a hard time getting it out and drawing. You can practice and you'll get good at it, but it is something to consider, especially as you're learning. Shoulder rig on the flip side, you can drive all day with it, and it's on your back. It's easily reachable by taking your strong side and going to your opposite side, and you can draw it. The problem is it's harder to conceal because it is a more obvious holster. Surprisingly, so this was actually meant for a Beretta M9, but it fits the VP9 quite well, as you can see. So that's a pleasant surprise. Both of them are, I guess, in the same category of size, roughly. But again, these are two modes of carry that you should consider. This is a lot easier. So when I've said in my past videos, yeah, I will drive and I'll bring two pistols and multiple holsters, and people are like, you know, are you on crack? No, actually not. Because when I'm driving, I'll wear a t-shirt, throw a button-down shirt over it, kind of like a throw-over, and I can wear this while I'm driving. It's comfortable, it's not digging into my side. But when I'm at my hotel and I want to walk around, I switch to this one, and I can put on a big t-shirt or a baggy shirt, and nobody will know I have that. So again, these are different modes of carry. I shopped around for both of these, so retail for both of these would probably be, you know, a couple of $100, $250, and I got all of them for under 45 bucks. So, and they're both leather. I've used this one quite a bit. I've used this one extensively lately since I picked up the VP9, and I've had no issues. So I'm super happy with both. But again, two modes of carry: strong side, left or right, shoulder carry. Now there's another one, and this is what the product review part of this video is. The Safariland ALS, normally $75 holster. I actually found it, they were trying to clear inventory. So remember, supply chain shortages work both ways, right? You may not find product, or the store gets the product they've had back ordered at the wrong time of year, and they got to get rid of it. And bam, you come out with a winner. So instead of 70 bucks, I paid 20 for this one. And that's really neat. And this is a more new style of carry holster. So let me, so this is the Safariland ALS paddle and belt loop system. Now, paddle holster is a little bit a newer mode of carry. Bear with me just a second. So, carry belts, so I was starting to lose, the tripod was about to fall over for some reason. So a carry, where was I? The paddle holster, there we go. Paddle holster is different because unlike a belt slide holster where you have to run your belt through it, and these are one of my favorite types of holsters. I have paddle holsters for every carry pistol I've ever had. Your belt, you pop this into your pants, and this little nub here will catch your belt. So your belt will ultimately ride through here, but this paddle part goes inside your pants, and this stays on the outside. Now, the one thing I like about this is this Safariland comes with, you may not be able to see it too well, a belt loop adapter. So if I choose to wear it as a belt loop holster, I can actually remove this entire paddle using these retentions, take this off, put a paddle holster, the belt loop holster attachment on there, and now I have something a little more like this. But I really got this for the paddle function, because now if I'm in a suit, if I'm driving, if I'm doing different things, or if I'm driving and I have to enter a restricted area like a courthouse, a police station, where I'm not authorized to carry, I can just pop this out of my belt and stick it and lock it in my truck, in the safe or in the glove box, and I don't have to undo my belt, untuck my shirt, and I go through this whole rigmarole. Now, the other thing I like about this ALS is ALS stands for Automatic Locking System. So unlike these two older style holsters that you can see have the thumb snaps, this one, listen for the click. You heard that? We'll do it again. So that click is actually a retaining mechanism inside the holster. So, you know, I can do shaky, shaky, and this bad boy is not going to come out of this holster. Not only that, if I choose to carry open, let's say even with a paddle, it will not only hold on to my belt with a positive retention, it's actually a wedge, it's not just a nub. So it's going to catch my belt. But if someone tries to take my weapon from behind, I have that extra 2 seconds while they're figuring out why the hell the pistol won't come out, because there is a thumb retention right here. So I'm going to have to practice with this, because I've had paddle holsters before, but I haven't had one. I've had one with the release here by your shooting finger or your index finger. I've not had one with the thumb, so I'm going to have to start practicing to draw this. To be honest, 90% of my carry has been with these two styles, depending on what I'm wearing. Either the paddle holster style or the belt loop style. And again, this is kind of a multi-purpose holster, this one. This ALS is fit for specific brands, so when you purchase it, and then it has different available models: mini, paddle, high rise, belt loops, attachments, stuff like that. This one came with both. I was kind of shocked to get it for the price I did. Now I can also apparently adjust the cant, so I can, instead of being carried straight up, I can actually adjust it so that the pistol barrels a little bit further back with the grip a little bit forward. Actually, this doesn't bother me. I actually like the straight up and down. It just goes more in conjunction with the style of training I've had. But folks, these are different modes of carry for your firearm. Now, there are holsters like this for even small handguns, revolvers, stuff like that. But a few pointers just from my own experience. One, test your holsters before you make any long trips. Definitely expect a break-in period with anything that's leather. I do wipe them down every now and then. You could put some treatment on them for the leather. The polymer, you don't really have to break it in. I would always test a firearm with an empty handgun. Test the holster with an empty handgun before you use it for carry. Definitely test it, and then practice with it, right? Best way to do it, just, do some draws. Get used to the mechanism. It does have some retention screws and whatnot that you can play with to adjust the level. Also, I do like that it's open on the bottom, so if I'm open carrying, I get rained on, liquids will drain off the bottom. So folks, you have options. Make sure you're in compliance. Some states may require a retention style holster. If you're open carrying, some may not. Please don't stick a firearm down your belt pant like you see in the movie. We've already had one person in Texas get shot in the leg because a dumbass stuck a 1911 in his pants. It went down his legs because he had baggy pants, came out of by his ankle, rolled across the floor, hit something. I don't know what the hell happened. The thing went off and shot some other schmuck in the leg. Don't be the guy who shoots schmucks in the leg. Don't be that schmuck. So play nice and test your holsters. Also make sure that it's right for you. And that's why I say, test the different types of holsters. I've seen a lot of new shooters lately, and they're like, oh, my friend told me to buy this brand of pistol and this holster, and the person is absolutely dysfunctional with the product because they didn't practice, it didn't fit for them. Remember, the supply chain works, like I said, both directions. Stores are getting their product out of season, and they're even getting old models in. The new models are already out, and they've gotten them out of season, out of stock. They're not moving them. Take advantage of those sales. So folks, that's it. I'm gonna camp the camera up a little bit, and we're gonna close this one. I hope you found those videos helpful. Again, it's gonna be a little bit different for everyone, so you can get recommendations from folks about the type of pistol you should have and the type of holster, but do not just buy stuff, test it, go to a range that will allow you to rent, so you have some options. Go to the store, pick up the handgun, ask people who own it what they think of it before you commit. Save yourself that money, right? Times are tight. Look for those sales. I was really shocked to find the Safariland, which is a law enforcement and competitive brand, which is a really great brand. This one's a Galco, which is another old brand of holsters, and I got this one, like I said, $200 rig, and I got it for under 40 bucks. By the way, just while I'm standing here, this is what a shoulder holster would look like when the knucklehead like me is wearing it. So you would be drawing across. I just figured I'd bring that up. I mentioned it earlier. You'd be drawing across the body case, folks. Those are your options. Make sure that you test the options. Find something that works for you. They now have little holsters that clip into sweatpants and yoga pants, and it's inside the waistband. I didn't cover that today because I cannot and will not do it. It annoys the crap out of me, and some people love it. Guys my size, they love it. I'm not one of those guys. So there is even a belt holster that goes, it's kind of an inverted paddle. The holster's inside your pants and the little clip is on the outside. Those work for a lot of folks as well. So do some homework, learn about the different modes of carry, and also double check to make sure that your jurisdiction will allow you to carry like that. My mag would go on the opposite side, so if I have my paddle holster here, my mag would go here, and this is a clip, as you can see. So, oh, sorry, the camera's over there. It's lefty syndrome. And you would click here, and then you can, it would be under my shirt, so you would not see that I have the extra mag under there. It puffs out my shirt a little bit, but if I'm walking around, it's hard to tell. Folks, that's it for modes of carry. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for checking out the video. God bless, Godspeed, and everybody be safe out there. Times are just weird, and if you're gonna carry, practice, 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 please. Even if it's just at home drawing and putting it back in. And remember, when you practice, empty. Make sure. All right, well, that's it, guys. Be safe, be good. Don't forget to hit a like on the way out. Take care.